Hello, everyone. My name is Scooter, and today we are going on an adventure. I am going to be raiding an ocean monument for the first time ever. They've been in the game for quite some time, but I've never actually gone inside of one. So today we are going to change that. I'm going to go in and get some sponges, and that's so I can create the docks around my industrial base here. This is very open. Here, let's go up. This is very open, very orange, and you can't really land a ship here. So we are going to fix that. Now, in order to raid an ocean monument, there are a few things that I'm going to need. First of all, are going to be potions. So I'm going to brew up some potions of water breathing and night vision. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Think something like that. Waiting for the potions to brew. There we are. Okay. And then I think, so we've got awkward potions. I think if I do a golden carrot, this will do night vision. And I think if I do a puffer fish, that should do water breathing. Yes, I know. This is riveting content at the start of a video. Bear with me. Okay, night vision, night vision, night vision. And then I think if I do redstone dust, I think that extends the duration. Yeah, let's extend the duration of these. While I'm waiting for those to brew, this is my new little brewing stand I've added on to my little work area in the warehouse here. I think it looks pretty cool. Fits right in on the pathway. You also might notice that I have got a new trident, which I have enchanted. This is my seafood fork. That is going to come in handy when we are raiding the ocean monument, of course. The other thing that I need to do is get my shirt on. Okay, now the other thing that I'm going to need for this is milk, because when I approach the ocean monument, I am going to have mining fatigue from the Elder Guardians. So I've recruited a new employee, this cow, and this cow is going to join me for the adventure. And we are going to ride a boat out in this direction because, conveniently enough, there is an ocean monument out this way. It's actually not that far from the industrial base, so that is where we are going to be starting for today. My toddler would be very jealous if he knew that I was going on an adventure with a cow right now. All right, here we are. We are approaching the ocean monument. Let's get ready. I've got the night vision, got some milk, and let's do this. Now, I think the goal is just to go in through the main door there, break line of sight with these crazy guardians. Whoa. Okay, there is the mining fatigue effect. It's actually so nice having the trident for this. Round through here and up. Oh, there's one. Oh, avoid the laser beams. Did we get him? We got him. Oh, cool. Elder Guardian head. How do I look? Okay, that is one, and there should be two more hiding somewhere in here. Whoa. There are actually quite a few of these buggers in here. Oh, there's the big one. And we are going to start swimming. Whoa. Uh-oh. You know what? This is this is not so bad when you've got a trident with impaling on it. I would love to come across one of the armor trims because there is a small chance of getting one from the Elder Guardians. I do feel like I'm going in circles. Oh, there it is. Okay. The final one. Got a lot of friends. Oh boy. Ouch. There we go. We've got him. And a lot of other smaller ones. Okay, let's take a look. We've got 30 seconds left on those. We've got another Guardian head. That's pretty cool. We've got some wet sponges, and we've killed all three of the Elder Guardians. Let's drink the milk. Now that is going to remove our potion effects, but we can do another water breathing here. And let's do one more night vision. Now we are on the hunt for some sponges, but we can cut through here and navigate around a little bit better now that we don't have mining fatigue anymore. And you know what? While I'm here, I am going to gather some dark prismarine. This is always a block that I want to build with, and I never have any of it. I think I might have overestimated the danger in here, but look, we've got sponges. There we go. That's how you do it. Perhaps we will consider another ocean monument, but you know what? If I find enough sponges like this, I might not need to. Okay, my potion effects just wore off. It is quite dark, and I am beginning to drown. Oh, this looks like the way out. If I can find the surface. Oh, there we go. Up, up, up. There we are. Hey, buddy. Mind if I hop in? Cool. Let's sit here for just a moment with our bovine companion and take stock of what we have. We've got a bundle full of, well, 1,000 things. We've got almost a full stack of sponges. That's really handy. We've got just over 2 stacks of dark prismarine. We've got some of the other prismarine blocks as well. Got some gold, got some mob heads. I think that worked out pretty well. Let's head back to the base, dump this into storage, and then the cow is nodding. He likes this idea. I am going to visit at least a few other ocean monuments. I won't record quite as much just because there's really nothing that changes between these. But that will allow me to hunt some more Elder Guardians, see if I can find the special armor trim that comes from that. Not that I'm actually going to put it on my armor, but you know, I am a bit of a completionist. See if I can find that, add it to my collection. But then after that, we are going to get to work on the docks. The goal here is to build this up, make it nice and big, have some storage crates, maybe a crane, and then also build a boat to go around the nether portal. With the idea being it's like a ship has docked, and that's how things are getting from this base to the rest of the world and vice versa. So I'm going to drop the stuff off in storage. I'm going to head out and find some more ocean monuments to raid and pillage. And I hope you enjoyed this little montage of all of the action. Okay, I am back from raiding the ocean monuments, and I got some sponges, along with 9 total guardian heads, which of course is from the data pack provided by Vanilla Tweaks. If you are playing Java and you're not using the Mobhead data pack, go over to Vanilla Tweaks and go get that. It's pretty great. Now, unfortunately, I did not find the armor trim I was looking for, so I will need to return to some more ocean monuments in the future, see if I can pick that up. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the results because I was really just looking for some sponges and that's what I got. Those sponges, of course, are going to be for this section here. I am going to be building down these docks, and it's going to extend from around where the line is here. Maybe I'll change it a tiny bit, but it's going to extend all the way down to the seafloor. And I don't want any drowned spawning in here. So I'm going to use the sponges to clear the water once I've got the dock in place. So let me show you the design that I am going to be working with here. First things first, let's clear just some of these. Also, pro tip, if you're not already doing so, whenever you're working with lots of wool, enchant your shears. Efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, and mending means that you can clear wool instantly instead of having to spend hours mining it out block by block by block. Okay, but here is the plan. We are going to use the mud bricks just like this. On the inside, I'm going to have it recessed just a tiny bit. And here, once again, I am going to be using dried kelp blocks as the building block of choice because I've got this stuff coming out of my ears and I need to do something with it. Along with that, I'm going to put the stairs like so to give it a little bit of an arch. And then I am going to add a little bit of a design using some jungle woods. I've got the fence gates, the fences, and then the trapdoors, which of course is the most expensive part about this. But that is what it's going to look like from the side. I think it's pretty cool. It's going to stand out quite a bit. I think the brown of the mud and the green of the kelp blocks do actually work together. The jungle wood helps to tie that in as well. And now on top, I don't have all the resources I need. But on top, I'm going to have a mix of the mud bricks. I'll probably have some regular dried mud blocks as well as a whole bunch of jungle wood. That will form the top layer of the dock. And from there, it will be decorated with all sorts of boxes and crates and shipping stuff and probably giant piles of dried kelp because again, it's literally coming out of my ears. And then over there, that portal is going to be in a boat. So I'm going to get to work on assembling the entire dock area here. It's going to be a lot of resources, including a whole bunch of jungle wood. So I might have to chop some of these down. But I think that is going to be something I would like to do in a time lapse. I think that'll be very fun, very satisfying, very kelpy. So let's hit it. All right, there we go. The docks are fully installed. And of course, it started raining just as I was about to start recording. But I think that's a great opportunity for the use of shaders. Now, my frame rate is going to suffer here, but let's let's jump into free cam. I think we'll get the full effect this way. There we go. So I've done some changes from what we saw in the time lapse itself. I added some of the posts on the side of the docks, as well as some frog lights below all of those trap doors for lighting. But I think this looks pretty spectacular, if you ask me. Of course, it's not done. I have to add all sorts of extra details and crates and shipping things and a giant boat right here for the nether portal. But this has already been a very big endeavor, and I'm very happy that at least this portion is finally complete. Okay, I'll turn off the shaders for now, just so that my computer doesn't melt into a pile of goop and ash. And let's just quickly, actually, again, in FreeCam, jump underneath where you'll see down here where I did use a whole bunch of sponges to clear out all of the water. And then I got very tired of that. And over here, under this section, I just added some frog lights to keep it nice and bright. That way I don't have to worry about any drowned spawning underneath, but I also don't have to go through all the work of placing gravel and placing sponges and clearing it out. And yeah, it's a lot of work. But it looks like the sun is going down, so we can sleep and get rid of the rain here. There we go, a beautiful sunrise. And so the next step really is adding in a whole bunch of the decorative features for the docks here. So that's what I'm going to get started on here. I will be right back for you guys after spending probably another week or two working on all of these things in the spare time that I do have. But hopefully the final result will be very, very satisfying. Be right back. Hello. It is done. It took me a few weeks to finally finish everything, but finally, the docks are now full of life and kelp with pumpkins and melons and copper and a whole bunch of other stuff, including some big cranes that you can see behind me. And if I fly over here, a really big boat. And all of this has turned out pretty good, if you ask me. So let's take a quick look at all of the little details, starting from over here where some pots have fallen into the water, which I think is just a nice touch. I actually really like the use of the pots for this kind of thing. It feels like the sort of thing you would find on an old shipping dock. Like the vibe that I'm kind of going for is kind of early 20th century. So before everything got super hyper mechanized and modernized. So we've got some logs over there. We've got piles of coal, copper, amethyst, and gold. And of course, tons and tons of kelp. As I said before, it really is coming out of my ears. I don't know what to do with it all. More pots just piled haphazardly over here, some pumpkins and melons, signaling, my farmer villagers are in here. That's where I trade with them. So these are all the materials that have been shipped in for that purpose. But yeah, all sorts of stuff. I like the beehives for the crates, just stacking them in blocks of 8. I've also got composters with lids, and the looms actually also work as a kind of shipping crate. I will jump into free cam here and we'll take a look at the cranes. And I think they've actually turned out pretty good as well. I originally had the idea of just putting in one, but then I figured, you know what? A dock this big is going to need several cranes. So we've got those installed now. And of course, the boat over here, which is largely decorative. There's no interior, but on the inside down here, this is where the nether portal is. Now over here, I've also got some pale oak logs and the pale hanging moss. And by putting it in this arrangement with it attached like that, it does occasionally create some background noises. I don't think that I can even hear it myself. You might not be able to hear it. Let's see if we can find the audio. Where is the... ambient and environment. It's probably that one. That I think is it. Maybe it's the block noises. Who knows? But the idea is that when you're standing here, you're going to hear just a little bit of gentle creaking, which I think is pretty fitting for a big boat. The boat itself, I put together using some reference images on a quick Google search and something that I learned because I was curious. Do you ever wonder why boats are always red on the bottom with the black on the top? I certainly wondered this. And after a quick Google search, I discovered a very fun fact, which is our fun fact of the day, which is not really a segment that I do, but today we're doing a fun fact of the day. So, if you have a big boat out in the ocean, you're going to have problems with barnacles and worms and other sea parasites and creatures. So, over the years, they discovered ways of mitigating that through the use of special paint containing copper because sea creatures don't like copper. It's not good for them. So by applying the special paint, you could protect your boat. The problem is, it was really bad for the environment because, of course, sea creatures don't like copper. So these days, they don't use copper in the paint. They have some other materials that they use, but out of tradition, they've maintained the red paint to this day. And that is your fun fact of the day. Potentially the only time I'll ever do this segment, but if you enjoyed this segment, let me know, and maybe I'll have some more fun facts for you in the future. But this is the boat. These are the docks. These are the cranes over here in the back. And I think that this has turned out really well. It, of course, is like almost everything I do. I bit off way more than I could chew, and it took way longer than I ever anticipated. But I have had a lot of fun putting all of this together. It was a nice change of pace from the previous video where it was a bunch of redstone. This was just pure building, and I have had a blast. Turns out I've even made a little bit of a parkour course for myself because it's possible to jump across all of the crates and piles of materials all the way from this end of the dock to the other end, which is just kind of fun. But this is where I am going to wrap things up for today. Once again, if you've made it to the end of the video and you aren't subscribed already, think about it. Might be a good idea. You'll see more of this kind of thing. And of course, future base expansion in coming videos. And I hope, honestly, if you're watching all of this, that you're not just thinking, wow, that's cool, he built a thing. I hope that this is inspiring you to build cool things of your own, especially if it's something you've never done before. Like me, I've never done a big boat like this before. Oops, I fell off. Challenge failed. But yeah, I've never done a big boat like this before, and I think it honestly turned out pretty good for my first shot at it. Same with the cranes. I've never done shipping cranes, so try new stuff in your games, in your bases. Do it. It's fun. But anyways, once again, thank you for watching all the way to the end, for those who have watched all the way to the end, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.